So, Madam Speaker, we'll now have the presentation from MP Donovan Williams, Central Kingston. This one needs a special applause.
Madam Speaker, permission to speak from a seat other than mine. Grateful. Madam Speaker, it is with a deep sense of pride that I stand in this honourable House to represent the people of Central Kingston. September 3, 2020 represents a historic occasion for the constituency as it ushered in a new era of representation. After more than 4 decades of social, economic, and infrastructure stagnation. Madam Speaker, I want to thank God for His grace and mercy bestowed on me, and I am deeply indebted to my parents, Merle and Tommy, the latter of blessed memory, for instilling in me from my childhood principles of sacrifice and service to my fellow men. I also want to recognize the officers of the Jamaica Labour Party and leader, Most Honourable Prime Minister Andrew Holness, for selecting me to represent the party in a constituency previously viewed as a bastion of the other major party. Who is that? Most Honourable Prime Minister and party leader, I benefited tremendously from the many strategic sessions you conducted for first-time candidates. To the leaders of Area Council 1, Honourable Desmond McKenzie and Councillor Winston Ennis, your visionary and exemplary leadership have made the Area Council stronger, and I thank you for your continued support. Madam Speaker, many were the naysayers. They said it could not be done, that I was wasting my time. However, I recall during one of the many motivational speeches to first-time candidates, chairman of this natural party, the Honourable Robert Montague said, and I quote, "There are 63 seats in Parliament. One is there for you. Go and get it." And I got it. Albeit speaking from another seat. Madam Speaker, it would be remiss of me not to recognize my brother.
Absolutely.
His worship.
Absolutely.
His worship the Mayor, Senator, and Councillor Delroy Williams as well for his astute leadership and guidance as I entered the political arena. Madam Speaker, I am also obliged to recognize Councillor for the Raytown Division. Miss Rosalie Hamilton, for her years of dedicated service and sacrifice for and on behalf of the people of Central Kingston. Her steadfastness over the years paved the way for the resounding victory on September 3, 2020. Also recognize the I also recognize the constituency executive team, supervisors and workers for their sterling contribution in securing this milestone. Most of all, I want to thank the people of Central Kingston for the faith placed in me. Tough seat. Madam Speaker, I discovered early upon entering the constituency that among the myriad of development challenges affecting the constituency were poor housing infrastructure, unbridled crime and violence, high levels of unemployment, lack of skills training opportunities, improper garbage disposal, deteriorated roads, and run-down recreational facilities. Since elected in September 2020, I have undertaken numerous initiatives aimed at ameliorating the named challenges, which I will outline in sequential order. Before doing so, it must be noted that despite the said interventions and initiatives, the named challenges will not vanish overnight, as they were created over a prolonged period and have become deeply entrenched in the fabric of the constituency. Consequently, it will take at least 3 to 4 years of sustained social and economic interventions to achieve the desired impact. One of the main pillars of my campaign, Madam Speaker, was to tackle the issue of dilapidated housing structures in Central Kingston and the general infrastructure decay that exists. Already, we have begun this journey. One of the factors that I found working against improved housing is that many persons are not titled owners of properties, despite occupying these properties for many years in sole, undisturbed, and uninterrupted possession, and in some cases paying property taxes. When engaged, they express that they are reluctant to improve the space, the dwellings, because they do not want persons to arbitrarily turn up, claiming to be owners, and then they lose their investment. Therefore, one of the ways to help address this matter is to use the process of law to regularize these occupants and help them to acquire title. This will not only empower them, it will also engender a sense of pride and enable them to access home improvement loans and grants to upgrade their homes. It is within this context that I am pleased to report to this Honourable House and the people of Central Kingston that the Tel Aviv, Southside and Rose Gardens areas of the constituency have been ordered a land administration management program project area under the Cadastral Mapping and Tenure Clarification Special Provisions Act. Madam Speaker, this order has the effect of facilitating the cadastral mapping of the parcels of land therein so that new titles can be issued and the existing certificate of titles can be upgraded. Simply put, the residents of these communities, by virtue of this order, now have a less cumbersome path to becoming titled owners for the parcel of land they currently occupy. I have been advised by Madam Registrar of Titles, and I do verily believe that in due course an adjudication committee will be set up to specifically hear applications for new titles. I will also be collaborating with the National Land Agency to organize sensitization clinics to guide qualified residents on how to go about the process. It is my intention also, Madam Speaker, to lobby the Constituency Development Fund Committee of this Honourable House to make allowance for members of Parliament under the social housing project type to be able to arrange and finance periodic title clinics where attorneys at law, specializing in land law, at subsidized rates, can advise residents on how to successfully go about this process. This is in addition to other sensitization efforts carried out by the National Land Agency. Madam Speaker, this approach, in my view, would be consistent with the spirit of the CDF in assisting with improving our social housing stock. Madam Speaker, I'm fully aware that the approach to improving the housing stock will require partnership with private and public entities. I am pleased to report that the National Housing Trust has agreed to upgrade and renovate the Fleet Street housing scheme in Southside, popularly known as SITE, under its scheme upgrade program. Madam Speaker, this is a game changer. Built in the 1980s, the scheme is home to over 500 residents. And since its construction has not benefited from any form of government upgrade assistance. Since 1980s, no form of assistance. I concur. In the 80s, it was new. Madam Speaker, Madam Speaker, this upgrade will give the scheme a much-needed facelift. It will include painting of the building, pavement of the pathways, waterproofing, replacement of entrance and exit gates, pavement of parking areas, raising sections of the perimeter fence to ward off intruders, landscaping, among other things. Madam Speaker, as I said, this is a game changer, and the people of Southside will be very, very pleased. They will now be proud. Because, Madam Speaker, one of the ways to improve our community and eliminate crime and violence is to improve our aesthetics.
Yes.
That's right. That's right. And instill a sense of pride in the residents. Madam Speaker, still on the topic of social housing, I'm very pleased to report that the Ministry of Economic Growth and Job Creation has, under its social housing project, which my colleague, Honourable Minister mentioned earlier, the ministry has approved the construction of 12 housing units on lands owned by the UDC on Hanover Street in the Tel Aviv area of the constituency. Madam Speaker, this will inure to the benefit. Yes, and we have gotten. I'm coming there, Minister. This will. I'm coming there, Minister. Yes. This will inure to the benefit of persons currently living on land in undesirable conditions, as well as other vulnerable persons in desperate need of housing assistance. I'm telling you, Madam Speaker, the people are eagerly awaiting the construction. Madam Speaker, through the Ministry of Local Government, and I want to say thank you, Honourable Desmond McKenzie. We have received just last week we have started, the engineers have started the analysis for 2 indigent houses in the south side area of the constituency. And Madam Speaker, we have chosen 2 of the most, what I would say, dilapidated, rundown, and these are houses that are occupied by elderly residents, Madam Speaker. And so we think it's a worldwide venture, and I want to say thank you to the Minister of Local Government and the Kingston and St. Andrew Municipal Corporation for their assistance. Madam Speaker, this is a big one.
Yes.
Yes. Something bigger than what you've been talking about.
Yes. Real estate investors, Madam Speaker, have also expressed serious interest in constructing housing solutions in central Kingston. And I am pleased to report that suitable lands have been identified and earmarked. The discussions and the negotiations are in its early stages, but they are very promising. It entails the construction of vertical housing units in a gated environment setting with the beautiful Kingston Harbour and Palisados, providing the background for a picturesque and breathtaking view. Madam Speaker, many of our working residents would welcome the opportunity to purchase a home in the constituency where they have lived most, if not all, their lives.
Gentrification, we want the poor
Yes, exactly. I am serious about housing, Madam Speaker, and I continue through the Constituency Development Fund social housing allocation to assist residents with housing materials. To date, we have issued approximately 200 housing assistance benefits across the constituency and continuing. Madam Speaker, crime and violence is a challenge in the constituency. Since the start of the year, the communities across the constituency have been experiencing a significant increase in murders and shootings. This can be traced, Madam Speaker, to September 3, 2020, where 3 people were shot and injured by armed thugs at the intersection of Foster Lane and Law Street in the South Side district of Parade Gardens. Subsequently, this has spilled over to other sections of the constituency, resulting in reprisals between rival factions, culminating in the current wave of murders and shootings, bedeviling the constituency. It is important to note, Madam Speaker, that the constituency spans 2 police divisions, namely the Kingston Central and Kingston Eastern.
You know, I sit waiting on your guidance. So the members' time is up, and I respectfully move, Madam Speaker, that the members' time be extended sufficiently to allow him to conclude his presentation.
Members, a question before the House is that the members' time be extended to allow him to complete his presentation. Those in favor? Those against? The ayes have it. Member?
Indeed obliged, Madam Speaker, and to the members of this Honourable House. Yes, Madam Speaker, as I indicated earlier, the constituency spans 2 police divisions, namely the Kingston Central and Kingston Eastern police divisions. For the year 2021, up to September 30, the sections of the constituency which fall in the Kingston Central Division, namely Tel Aviv, Southside, Almontown and Rose Gardens, have recorded 46 murders. Madam Speaker, sections of the Franklin Town, Ray Town and Southside community fall within the Kingston Eastern Police Division, and up to September 30, 8 murders were recorded compared to 11 murders for the corresponding period of 2020. 5 shootings were recorded since January 2021 to date, compared to 7 shootings for the corresponding period in 2020. Therefore, on the eastern side, Madam Speaker, we have made marginal improvements. I want to publicly commend the hard-working members of both divisions, led respectively by Superintendent Beresford Williams, Kingston Central, and Superintendent Tommy Lee Chambers, Kingston Eastern, for their unwavering commitment to uphold law and order in the constituency. In recent weeks, the police have stepped up their operations in these troubled communities by setting up buffers and conducting joint police-military operations. It is worth noting that this is happening in a national ethos, Madam Speaker, where policing these volatile communities is becoming more challenging. On this note, I would like to send my deepest and sincere condolences to the family members and loved ones of the late District Constable Kemar Armstrong, who on Friday, September 24, 2021, was executed by armed thugs at his residence in Kingston Gardens. It is my hope, Madam Speaker, that the perpetrators will be brought to justice. Madam Speaker, there is a need for more resources to be deployed to these police divisions so that the police can better be equipped to curtail the scourge of crime and violence. I am delighted to report that the Franklin Town Police Station has been upgraded. This new station will include improved barracks for officers, spacious guard room, a separate area for recording of statements, improved washrooms, conference rooms for debriefing and strategic security planning, and a more customer service-oriented structure. I want to say, in addition, new service vehicles have been provided. New service vehicles have been provided to help improve the mobility and the efficiency of the police. To the Minister of National Security and his team, I want to say, Honourable Minister, we thank you for this upgrade. It is indeed time. Madam Speaker, we must improve our community infrastructure to support and enhance effective policing. Against this background, I have begun improving the community road networks to enhance the navigability of the police throughout the constituency. There are also several broken and misplaced drainage covers, especially in the communities of Parade Gardens and Rose Gardens, which hinder traffic flow and pose a risk of injury to residents. In partnership with Councillor Rosalie Hamilton, I have been working diligently on repairing and replacing these drain covers. Some of the community roads that we have already rehabilitated, Madam Speaker, include Stephen Lane, High Auburn Street, Portland Road, Lacey Road, Marlborough Road, Kensington Avenue, Malvern Avenue, Norman Crescent, sections of Blake Road, and Cloverley Road. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report that an additional 6 community roads will be rehabilitated in short order, namely Price Lane, Wagonhead Crescent, Tower Street from Maiden Lane to Lower South Camp Road, Blake Road between North Street and Victoria Avenue, Arnold Road, and Andrews Lane. And I want to say thanks, and I am indeed grateful to the Honourable Minister, Everald Warmington. Madam Speaker, I must also say thanks to the Most Honourable Prime Minister for his Christmas allocation last year, which we utilised in repairing a lot of these community roads. Madam Speaker, I am pleased to report also that the Mayor of Kingston and Councillor Rosalie Hamilton have asked me to partner with them to transfer sections of Tower Street into a business and entertainment strip. This is a work in progress to develop the infrastructure and encourage business activities along the strip. We have met with current and potential business operators to discuss the scope of the project. Part of the infrastructure works to be done include replacement of drainage covers and road rehabilitation, which we have already commenced. This project will complement the boardwalk soon to be completed as part of the shoreline protection works taking place at Port Royal Street between the Ministry of Foreign Affairs and the Raytown Fishing Village. The project is a brainchild of His Worship the Mayor and is consistent with his vision to transform the spaces downtown. Central Kingston is critical to this vision. Madam Speaker, I will continue to partner with the Community Safety and Security Branch of the JCF, the Peace Management Initiative, Justices of the Peace, the churches and other stakeholders in communicating the message of peace across the constituency. Madam Speaker, I want to turn to employment. As we all know, the ongoing pandemic has profoundly disrupted the livelihood of many Jamaicans and has led to the biggest economic fallout in the country's history. Notwithstanding, the government's astute handling of the economy has led to a steady increase in employment due to a surge in key industries, one of which is the construction industry, which continues to enjoy stellar growth. This government's thrust to boost economic growth and job creation through infrastructural development has had a positive impact on the constituency. There are 2 major infrastructure projects currently taking place in the constituency, Madam Speaker, namely the Kingston Harbour Revetment Project, also known as the Shoreline Protection Project, and the Kingston and St. Andrew Pipeline Replacement Project along Beeston Street and North Street. These projects have provided employment for over 100 residents, Madam Speaker. Nonetheless, unemployment remains a major challenge across the gamut of the constituency. And so, Madam Speaker, it is in this light that we welcome the construction of the new Parliament building, which will provide this new Parliament building, which falls significantly in the constituency of Central Kingston, Madam Speaker. We are happy that construction will commence in the near future, and the people of Central Kingston are looking forward to this project, Madam Speaker, as it will alleviate significantly the unemployment issues in the constituency. Madam Speaker, while we're happy that these projects, ongoing and future, will indeed create some amount of full-time employment, we are also cognizant that the majority will be short-term, short and medium-term. Therefore, we have been focusing on equipping residents, particularly our young people, with the necessary skill sets which will enable them to secure employment on a more permanent basis. I have directed my councillors to compile a skill bank, which is a list of residents' names and their corresponding skill areas. This list will be circulated to public and private agencies in and around the constituency who may require a particular service or skill set. Also, we have been partnering with Hard Trust to provide skills training for our young people. 35 individuals will participate, Madam Speaker, in a 3-month training program in programming and information technology. This program will commence in short order. Additionally, we have been mobilizing and recruiting young people across the constituency for the whole program, which to date stands at 50 beneficiaries. Madam Speaker, many of these beneficiaries have transitioned from the whole program and are now full-time employees at their respective agencies, including the Social Development Commission and the National Land Agency. Madam Speaker, education is the key that unlocks the path to upward social mobility. It is a sector that has been hit hardest by the pandemic. The advent of online learning has created new challenges for parents and students. In an effort to alleviate the challenges, I have, through the CDF, issued over 70 tablets to needy students. The Holy Family Primary School was one of the first schools to benefit from a donation of approximately 150 tablets from the Honourable Minister of Education, Ms. Favour Williams. Thank you, Madam Honourable Minister. The Most Honourable Prime Minister Andrew Holness, through his Positive Jamaica Foundation, earlier this year presented 50 devices to students of the constituency. And, Madam Speaker, we are indeed happy for these contributions. We make every effort to get these devices into the hands of our children. And we look forward to receiving another 100 under the Ministry of Education Own Your Own device program. Internet access is a critical component of online learning, Madam Speaker. And I wish to use this medium to express my gratitude to the Minister of Science, Energy and Technology, the Honourable Darrell Vaz, and the Universal Service Fund for the installation of the community Wi-Fi to the Parade Gardens area of the constituency. Madam Speaker, this is timely. As we speak, students and residents within the bandwidth of the community centre and basic school are now accessing free Wi-Fi. 2 more communities will benefit under phase 2 and 3 of the program in short order, and I look forward to the day when the entire constituency will be covered under this community Wi-Fi program. Madam Speaker, the issue of improper waste disposal across Kingston and St. Andrew, particularly in constituencies with urban communities, has been perennial. I have been in dialogue with the NSWMA to have them step up their timely collection and enforcement measures, and I must say, in recent times, we have seen significant improvement in some communities that were main locations for improper garbage disposal. Some of these areas have been transformed into scenic views and adorned with majestic murals. The areas of interest, if you go, Madam Speaker, by these areas now, you will see them totally transformed. The intersection of Beeston Street and Hanover Street, opposite the Kingston Technical High School, Lower South Camp Road at the intersection of Tower Street, the intersection of Sutton Street and Hanover Street, Tower Street across from St. Michael's Primary and Infant School, the intersection of Wellington Street and St. Albans Lane in Franklin Town. Madam Speaker, these locations were otherwise places for where illegal dumping persists. Today, I am indeed pleased to report that they have been transformed. And I want to thank the TPDCO, Tourism Product Development Company, KCMC, NSWMA, and Stewart Motors, a private entity, for their partnership in this continued effort to clean up and beautify our constituency. And we will continue until these illegal dump sites become a thing of the past. The Drummond Gate initiative introduced by the NSWMA was launched in the Almond Town division of the constituency. A total of 50 drums are being distributed, and another batch will be distributed shortly. Madam Speaker, this initiative has been very, very effective, and I can say today, Almond Town is looking better since its introduction. Madam Speaker, sports and recreation has taken a hit due to the pandemic. We look forward to the day when our recreational spots and playfield will be fully opened. I am pleased to report that the Sports Development Foundation of Jamaica has expressed serious interest in a proposal for the rehabilitation of the Raytown Sports Complex and Recreational Center located opposite to the Raytown Fishing Village. Currently, this complex serves as a hub for all recreational, cultural, social, and environmental activities in the community, but it is in need of urgent rehabilitation. This will include, among other things, a new netball and basketball court, a jogging trail, AstroTurf scrimmage area for football, fencing, protective nets, and lighting for nighttime activities. I'm also pleased to report that Grace Kennedy, through its foundation, has given the proposal its blessing and is prepared to partner with the SDF and other potential co-funders in making this project a reality. While on recreational spaces, Madam Speaker, I wish to thank the Kiwanis Club of Downtown Kingston for recently refurbishing the Children's Park on Lower South Camp Road into a beautiful green space for the children of Raytown and surrounding communities. Madam Speaker, this park it was recently opened. It boasts a walking track, swing, slides, gazebo, which is intended to serve as a homework facility. Wireless internet connectivity is also available, which will enable the children to access online resources needed to complete their homework and carry out research to enhance their education. Madam Speaker, a lot is happening in Central Kingston. In concluding, Madam Speaker, contrary to the negative narrative, we have managed to achieve a lot in 1 year. The pandemic has affected the implementation of some of the plans we have. And I want to take this opportunity to encourage our residents to get vaccinated so we can get back to life. And I must say, our residents are beginning to take their health seriously. In a recent vaccination blitz at the Holy Family Primary School, 325 persons were vaccinated. Either to that before we couldn't get out 10 persons, Madam Speaker. So the people of the constituency are now taking their health seriously, Madam Speaker. We continue our vaccination efforts in support of the various blitz sites in close proximity to the constituency, such as the National Arena, St. Joseph's Hospital, and the Good Shepherd Inn. Exciting times are ahead for this constituency, Madam Speaker. I do not take the electors for granted, and I will continue to provide them with effective representation. Madam Speaker, if there is ever a government that can tackle the developmental challenges of Central Kingston, it is this government led by it is this government, led by the most honorable Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, a.k.a. Brogan, and a